Hiroki Yabe introduces himself with a playful grin, cycling through cool names. He struggles to decide on a powerful-sounding name for his new form. He reveals he has become a slime and doubts his situation. Calming down, Hiroki recalls his real identity and past life. He protests he's not a failure, having finished graduate school successfully. Suddenly, Hiroki feels his body become immobile and panics mentally. He recalls sitting at his desk before losing all movement in darkness. He assumes he's asleep but quickly realizes his body won't respond. Finally, he realizes he has transformed into a slime creature. He celebrates the chance to wield cheat power as a light novel hero. He proudly recalls his vast light novel collection in a shabby apartment. He focuses on his treasured top-shelf light novel, a cherished blessing. He imagines himself as a great demon lord with ultimate cheat skills. His fantasy shatters as he finds he has no cheat skills at all. He attempts random skills desperately, but nothing activates. Hope fades as he repeats commands to activate magic with no result. Resigned, he acknowledges his slime state leaves him vulnerable to death. He realizes without action, his slime fate will be permanent game over. He contemplates possible paths forward despite being weak and skillless. Though fragile, he whispers a vow to survive and uncover his true power. His journey as a powerless slime has just begun in this new world. He steels his nerves, ready to face the dangers awaiting the weakest of all creatures. Though the road ahead is bleak, he promises to become stronger, no matter what. Hiroki Yabe's new story begins as a powerless slime in a harsh, unforgiving world. Hiroki Yabe realizes he's in deep trouble, unsure of where he is in pitch darkness. He feels the ground beneath him and notes it is covered with grass despite the dark. He struggles to understand his surroundings, desperate to grasp his new situation. The energy inside his slime body suddenly stirs, restless and unfamiliar to him. MC contemplates his lack of traditional senses, unsure if he has eyes or a mouth now. His vision opens suddenly, filling with clear 360-degree images of a dense, overgrown forest. He curiously examines the panoramic view, happy to finally understand his surroundings. Suddenly, noise startles him. His body snaps toward the rustling sound nearby. Focusing intently, Hiroki sees a small animal peeking from behind a nearby tree. He relaxes after the animal runs off, thankful it wasn't a dangerous monster. He wonders which is more dangerous, humans or monsters, feeling overwhelmed by fear. Using his overhead vision, he measures the distance to the distant animal, amazed by his range. He focuses again, this time tuning his ears to pick up forest sounds clearly. He hears the rustling leaves and distant birds chirping, familiar and reassuring. He touches a nearby tree, feeling its rough bark texture spread through his slime body. He imagines wrapping arms around the trunk, feeling surreal but focused and calm. He confirms he's deep inside a dense forest, embraced by thick tree trunks all around. Hiroki rises his viewpoint skyward, seeing far beyond the trees in panoramic view. He spots a village near the forest edge, surprised and worried about human presence. Nearby, a spring glistens between the trees, close enough to reach soon. Suddenly, his vision begins to spin wildly before being swallowed by darkness. Hiroki Yabe wakes up still deep inside the forest, frustration clear in his mind. He admits complaining won't solve anything as he contemplates his situation. He realizes exerting too much swirling energy causes him to black out and lose consciousness. He wishes reality had a status screen to track numbers as in games. He notes how much better games are designed compared to cruel reality. He worries that passing out near enemies would be lethal in this fragile form. He decides to balance using his energy carefully to boost his mana capacity. He tests moving by dragging his slime body slowly along the ground. He describes his body as melting and collapsing in an ugly, grotesque slime form. He fears that this monstrous shape will lead to quick defeat like a weak mob. He imagines becoming a cute teardrop-shaped slime, faster and less repulsive. Attempting the teardrop shape drains him quickly, and he melts back tired and weak. Relaxing back into a melted puddle form feels soothing but leaves him vulnerable. He compares his relaxed form to a salaryman finally taking off his suit and resting. Still, he knows staying melted is dangerous if someone spots him vulnerable. He pledges to improve until the teardrop shape feels as natural as breathing. 2 months pass in this strange state, marked only by sunrise and sunset cycles. He jokes about losing track of time, wondering if today is Sunday or not. He notes he no longer feels hunger, sleepiness, or physical discomfort in this form. Swirling his inner energy tires him out, but his stamina steadily improves. He recalls a fall from a tree branch that didn't hurt, showing his slime's toughness. Even small animals biting him don't hurt or damage his resilient body. Despite his toughness, he remains wary, knowing slimes are usually weak mobs. Finally, he masters the teardrop shape and proudly hops, though still alone. He melts back instantly when concentration falters, struggling to stay formed. Hiroki Yabe hops steadily toward the spring he spotted from above. He feels exhausted hopping continuously in teardrop form, unlike his easy puddle shape. He reminds himself the strain is training needed to avoid being hunted fast. He hopes being as cute as possible helps him survive in this dangerous forest. He finally reaches the spring's edge and carefully looks into the murky water. He is shocked by how gross his mostly green body with red core looks in reflection. He realizes the bright red core is his vulnerable weak point, painfully obvious. He tries imagining himself turning fiery red to hide the core's presence. He sees a faint red hue overall but feels red looks aggressive and risky. He experiments hiding the core inside his body by changing its color to green. He resolves to always hide his core by blending it with his body's color. He dreams of becoming a beautiful water blue king slime, despite his harsh life. Once he adopts a color, it stays without constant effort, easing his control. He tests color choices, knowing bright rainbow hues would attract hunters fast. He can view himself overhead and switches colors from water blue to green easily. Matching his surroundings like a chameleon makes him harder to spot in the woods. He assimilates colors fully, dreaming of ninja-like stealth to evade adventurers. A deer walks past unnoticed as he proves his camouflage truly works. His effective camouflage boosts his confidence, making hiding easier when chased. Admiring his blue-green body, he approaches the spring's edge for a better look. Suddenly, the bank crumbles and he falls into the spring, caught off guard. He wonders anxiously if falling into the spring has put him in serious danger. Hiroki Yabe sinks slowly to the bottom of the spring, searching for a way out. He recalls Rimuru's jet propulsion but finds he lacks a mouth to suck water in. He reaches the spring's bottom, where light barely penetrates the murky water. He glides smoothly along the spring bed, feeling light thanks to buoyancy. He absorbs blackened fish nearby, carefully isolating their toxins within his body. He also absorbs moss and grass on the bottom, automatically isolating toxins inside. Deeper in, he spots a large lizard creature releasing black stagnant mist. MC envelopes the lizard, absorbing its claw strike and isolating the toxins. The lizard is fully absorbed. Hiroki Yabe prepares to purify the entire spring bottom. He forms a hose-like tube with his body to suck in water, starting purification. He purifies the water, swelling with intake then releasing the cleaned flow outside. After purifying non-stop, he marvels as the once murky spring clears completely. He wonders how to escape as the spring is now clean but he remains trapped below. He attempts to move upward spinning tentacles but water resistance forces him to stay put. He tries swaying thin, stretched body but only drifts in place, no rise to surface. He envisions a massive water cannon inside himself to blast upward and escape the spring. He fires the water jet, blasting upward with massive force and bursting from the spring surface. MC soars through the air above the spring, uncontrollably crashing into nearby branches. He slips off the branch and crashes to the ground, bouncing among twigs and leaves. He tests gentle water jet beneath his body and lifts slightly, imagining future flight. A powerful jet launches him skyward, but he spins uncontrollably before cutting it off. He sprays water around the forest, watering trees as he moves with extended hoses. He purifies and stores pristine spring water inside his new subspace compression storage. His storage reveals an appraisal skill, naming and measuring toxic substances stored inside. Hiroki Yabe waters the trees around the spring, noticing their growth and vibrant flowers. He praises his care for the plants, observing their amazing reaction to the miracle spring water. Suddenly, a yellow chick bursts from the bushes, pursued by a fierce brown wolf. The wolf tears into the chick's side, blood splattering as it collapses helplessly. Taking action, he launches a slime tentacle punch into the wolf's open jaws to defend himself. He extends the tentacle deeper inside, releasing acid to melt the wolf from within. The wolf screams and falls, consumed, as he wraps his slime body around and digests it. He notices the wounded chick weakly calling out and considers healing it with slime cells. He channels slime cells into the wound, swiftly healing the chick's injury completely. The chick reacts joyfully, flying energetically and clinging playfully to him. He commands the noisy chick to stop, and it freezes, showing polite soldier-like respect. The chick vows loyalty with exaggerated gestures, impressing and amusing him greatly. A larger wolf enters, but Captain Chick confidently challenges it to protect his boss. Captain Chick evades with blinding speed, intimidating the wolf into halting. The chick unleashes a rapid barrage of pecks, stripping fur off the stunned wolf. The wolf charges desperately, but the chick counters with a powerful rising uppercut. The wolf dies mid-air, and the chick drags its corpse back, proud of its hunt. He accepts the chick's tribute and offers to share the meal together. The chick declares its satisfaction while MC contemplates what to do next. The chick requests permission to gather its clan and comrades to serve him faithfully. He casually appoints the chick as captain, which moves it to vowed loyalty and immediate action. Captain Chick flies off dramatically to gather his legion and allies for the boss. The Wolf Fong clan approaches, shouting urgently about an attack by human adventurers. He listens to their story of being attacked by adventurers and follows them to the site. They find the hurt Wolf Fong leader bleeding heavily near the highway, badly beaten. He heals the leader's wounds by assimilating slime cells, causing disbelief and joy. The leader and clan swear eternal loyalty to him, howling in unison with devotion. He names the leader Logan, who reacts with fierce joy and gratitude before revealing their numbers. Hiroki Yabe draws water from the spring, careful not to drain it all. He senses movement in the bushes and quickly turns toward the sound. He spots a small girl clutching her brother's sleeve, whispering hesitantly. He recalls the village suffering from drought, with crops wilting without rain. The boy named Kanta steps forward despite fears of the poisoned spring. They reach the spring's edge and marvel at the sparkling, clean water. The siblings suddenly notice MC and fall backward in shock. He tries to communicate but can't speak aloud and writes in the dirt instead. They observe MC's gestures and cautiously react to his wiggling movements. Using telepathy, he sends a message to the siblings' minds successfully. They eagerly drink from the spring, assured the water is purified and safe. He transforms into a glowing blue teardrop shape to explain the blessing. The siblings ask if he is a water spirit as he confirms the spring's blessing. They request help for their sick mother, worrying about her fragile health. Logan appears and orders his wolves to stealthily follow and protect the children. Logan and his clan silently vanish into the woods, shadowing the siblings unseen. At night, Logan and two wolves accompany him on a secret journey to the village. He struggles but finally secures himself on Logan's back for the rapid ride. Logan sprints with explosive speed, swiftly transporting MC toward the village. He fills the siblings' empty water jar and cleans it carefully first. Inside the children's house, he quietly fills pots of water while they rest. He waters the withered crops in the fields, hoping for their growth. After finishing, he rides back on Logan, feeling fulfilled by helping others. The next morning, the children joyfully discover the jar and vessels filled with water. Their mother feels better after drinking the water and smiles gratefully. The village chief and villagers marvel at the water in fields despite the ongoing drought. Hiroki Yabe tries swirling energy differently, imagining sucking it in like a whirlpool. He feels the air start spinning, and energy floods his body much faster than before. Getting excited, he tries to draw more energy, causing the trees to shake violently. Suddenly, four spirits appear, confronting him about forcibly absorbing mana. He telepathically asks the spirits who they are, and Wintia explains the risks of forcing mana absorption. The red-haired fire spirit Freya reacts defiantly, threatening to destroy him if he abuses mana forcefully. Wintia offers him blessings and contracts for cooperation to become allies and friends. He agrees happily to Winch's contract, feeling warmth as she hugs his soft slime form. Earth spirit Belia next grants him her blessing and contract with a soft, glowing embrace. Wind spirit Sylphie softly blesses him as leaves swirl lightly during their mutual contract. Freya coldly refuses but then unexpectedly forces her blessing and contract with a fiery hug. Having contracted all four spirits, he is praised as a unique and powerful ally by the three. He embraces the unprecedented power, thinking this is a cheat to ease his loneliness. Days later, Hiroki visits Kanta and Chico's house, watering crops and helping their recovery. Logan urgently reports that Kanta and Chico face hostility from suspicious villagers. He resolves to bring all his wolf warriors to confront villagers unfairly blaming the siblings. They arrive at the village well where many villagers, including the chief, confront Kanta and Chico. Despite accusations, the children cling together quietly, keeping the secret of the spring water. MC remains on the church rooftop, preparing to intervene and protect the innocent children. Hiroki Yabe shouts in frustration, his anger finally finding voice to confront the villagers. Logan leaps down and blasts away the aggressor, protecting Kanta without hesitation. Kanta bursts into tears and hugs him tightly, grateful for his unexpected savior. He apologizes for making Kanta keep his existence a secret, sensing the boy's hardship. Kanta insists his family was helped first and he's the one grateful, not the other way around. He glares at the adults, threatening to take Kanta's place if they continue their bullying. Yuza roars to rally the villagers for an attack, but they hesitate, fearful of Logan. He challenges the threat, questioning if they mean to exterminate just him or all of them. 60 wolf Fang tribesmen surround the village, startling the frightened villagers. Chico approaches Logan fearlessly, asking if the wolves are his friends. Logan mistily calls MC boss, deeply moved by seeing his loyal friends here. The village chief cautiously introduces himself, hoping to avoid harm to his people. Him explains he simply wanted to stop villagers unfairly blaming Kanta and Chico. MC demonstrates watering the fields with a tentacle hose, impressing the watching villagers. The chief is stunned, suspecting Hiroki Yabe might be the water spirit herself. I deny being the water spirit but confirm our friendship and reveal his harshness to the chief. The chief apologizes profusely, explaining the village well is drying up and causing resentment. I summon water spirit Wintia and earth spirit Belia, asking for their help with the well. Wintia probes the well's bottom, detecting clean water waiting under the surface. Belia investigates the geological layers, discovering a sealed bedrock crust blocking water flow. Belia explains the problem clearly. The bedrock moved and sealed water cracks underground. He confidently announces a 12-shot slime tentacle barrage to crack the well's bedrock. He leaps high above the well, unleashing 6 tornadic punches with supreme slime speed. Cracks roar open at the well's base, but he knows one more barrage will be needed. He launches the second 6-shot barrage, which breaks the crust and frees the water flow. The chief and once hostile villager celebrate the well's water revival with joyful hands raised. He contemplates the future, knowing his revealed power changes the villagers' trust forever. Hiroki Yabe shifts into his teardrop form, shimmering cobalt blue in the village plaza. He recalls successfully reviving the village well and resolving the water shortage. He asks Logan and Wolfang clan members to hunt game for the village feast. He questions Logan's choice to remain behind for protection instead of hunting. Logan declares his happiest moments come from guarding Hiroki, not hunting. MC tries to hide his embarrassment at Logan's heartfelt devotion amid villagers. Logan and his wolf pack swiftly return, dragging abundant game through the village gates. Villagers cheer as Logan showcases an impressive haul of boars and rabbits. The wolf pack proudly drags in a massive bleeding bear, thrilling the villagers. The chief explains the killer grizzly's threat and thanks Hiroki's pack for the feat. Logan shares knowledge of the killer grizzly, calling it a magical beast rival to wolves. Hiroki offers the pelts to the village, urging jerky for storage and feasting now. The chief announces the village opening festival's joyful return, thanks to newfound water. Hiroki promises to support the festival, sharing in hunting and festivities. He quips he's not truly a spirit, despite villagers treating him like one. The allied spirits appear, questioning why he lets villagers treat him as a spirit. Wintia happily says being treated as a spirit makes her proud to include Hiroki as one of them. Sylphie gently agrees it's fine if Hiroki means no harm by the pretense. Belia assures Hiroki she will protect him, expressing a caring older sister warmth. Freya angrily warns Hiroki she won't forgive any evil acts while he pretends to be a spirit. He teasingly urges Freya to say more, while she remains crossed-armed and stubborn. As the village chief pours water, Hiroki contemplates that being called a spirit might not be so bad. Captain Chick announces he will gather fellow Chicks to form a mighty Chick Legion. Captain Chick receives the position of Legion Commander and vows to make the Legion worthy of its name. The Chick Legion takes flight, forming perfect ranks at Captain Chick's command. Hiroki praises Captain Chick for forming an impressive legion, feeling like a capable leader. Captain Chick responds proudly to Hiroki's praise, his energy infectious to all the Chicks. The Chick Legion boasts 200 new recruits, impressing Hiroki with their sheer numbers. He decides to rest the Chicks for the day but worries about feeding such a large legion. Captain Chick insists no need for Hiroki to hunt. The legion secured food beforehand. Several Chicks drag a huge red boar, freshly hunted and ready for a feast. He admires the impressive red boar and agrees to host a barbecue party for the legion. Captain Chick swiftly organizes the Chicks to prepare the red boar for roasting on a spit. The legion assembles a roasting spit with thick branches and readies firewood expertly. Several yellow Chick use fire magic to ignite the firewood, flames leaping instantly. Hiroki realizes he can detect smells and sensations through his growing magic powers. Captain Chick calmly encourages his gathered Chicks, reassuring them with gentle leadership. He approaches the captain as the Chicks watch enviously, feeling left out of their attention. Captain Chick runs away crying as the female Chicks shout in playful jealousy. Subordinate Chicks watch with envy as the captain and Hiroki share a close bond. Hiroki Yabe hears a sharp scream piercing the quiet by the spring. He notices Irina, a female knight, attacked by two villainous bandits. He watches as the bandits jeer, tearing at Irina's armor with cruel delight. Him, filled with rage, stretches out his tentacle to strike at the attacker holding Irina down. The punch lands, shattering the man's jaw and sending him crashing back. He swings his tentacle with force, striking down the fleeing second bandit. He asks the scared woman if she is unharmed after the fight. Irina nervously offers her body in gratitude, misinterpreting his intentions. MC firmly refuses, caught off guard by her confused offer of submission. Irina bitterly insists, spiraling into more embarrassment over the odd situation. He questions her strange gaze and wonders if she is pretending to be helpless. MC yells in surprise as Irina's finger pokes deeply into his soft body. Irina apologizes tenderly, worried that her poke might have hurt the slime. MC wonders aloud if he actually has visible eyes as Irina insists he does. He admits forgetting to ask her name while being preoccupied by the fight and rescue. Irina introduces herself formally, her noble heritage hinted in her dignified tone. He wonders why such a noble would wander here, vulnerable and alone. He gently asks why she got attacked and stranded in the forest. Irina explains fleeing the royal capital and falling victim to bandits on her first quest. He orders her to drag the bandits to the Adventurers Guild and report the attack. Irina struggles to drag the heavy bandits and plans to ask villagers for help. He warns Irina to keep his existence as a talking slime a secret at all costs. Irina solemnly agrees, feeling the weight of the secret they now share. She curiously asks about the meaning of slime as he ponders his own nature. Hiroki Yabe hears Irina questioning the meaning of slime with curiosity and slight confusion. He explains he is not named Slime, puzzled by her lack of knowledge about his species. He notes she's never heard of slimes, suggesting their rarity or absence here. Hiroki Yabe asks if she received monster info from the Adventurers Guild registration. Irina confirms no mention of slimes in guild information or her royal capital knowledge. He wonders if he might be a unique slime variant unknown to the world here. Irina blushes and admits she will investigate the mystery of slimes for his sake. He gives Irina medicinal herbs collected and appraised from his stash for her journey. They drag the captured bandits near Kasso's village. Villagers gather to help tie them up. Village chief agrees to have villagers transport the criminals on a cart for the festival. He agrees to help the village festival despite being asked for various favors in return. Irina complains about his closeness with locals, worried her secret is exposed. He explains the locals see him as a spirit, with the chief demanding secrecy about him. Irina shyly accepts their secret bond and blushes, feeling closer to the monster. Irina sets off for Sornarini town, packed with the medicinal herbs and bandits in tow. While watering flowers near a spring, he waits alone, pondering Irina's swift return. Irina returns quickly, panting, carrying a huge backpack topped with a rolled tent. She thanks him for his help, reporting she finished the quest and turned in the bandits successfully. He questions her about carrying such a large load so far from town despite her exhaustion. Irina teases about being his woman now, fearing his playful fantasies afterward. She reveals bringing the tent and camping gear to live near him and repay his kindness. MC mocks Irina's repeated plea to call her by her name, irritated but amused. Logan and Wolf Fong tribe arrive with Captain Chick and the Chick Legion to report for the festival. Irina defiantly protects him from the wolves. Logan greets Chick Captain formally. MC reassures Irina about the loyalty of his wolf and Chick subordinates. Logan questions his rank among subordinates. Chick Captain stands as senior before him. Irina admires how many loyal subordinates MC commands, proudly pumping her fists. Hiroki Yabe welcomes Logan and Chick Captain, urging them to report immediately. He listens as Logan describes the northern waterfall and dangerous creatures nearby. He hears about a dungeon deep in the northeastern forest from Logan's confident explanation. Hiroki Yabe compliments Logan on his knowledge, noticing the wolf's proud chest puffing. He notes human adventurers frequent the dungeon, making stealthy exploration difficult. MC asks Chick Captain if the Chicks can scout inside the dark dungeon. Captain Chick assures he can secure vision even inside dark dungeon corridors. He agrees to delay action, planning to use Chicks to investigate before entry. Captain Chick proudly reports on the area surrounding Sornarini and its guarded entrances. Him notes currency is required to enter, estimating coins of gold, silver, and copper. Chick Captain highlights the bustling town life with guilds and various shops inside Sornarini. He confirms plentiful places to eat with delicious aromas filling the air. MC smiles hearing of fellow Chick's successful food scraps from generous humans. He receives detailed info on a skilled blacksmith and suspicious slum activity in the town. MC notes Governor Neese's good reputation and merchants' high expectations for growth. He notes few non-humans in town and the need for careful planning to enter safely. Irina sits formally beside him, insisting he call her directly by name at last. He asks if Irina found anything about slimes, sensing her embarrassed hesitation. Irina admits excitement distracted her, forgetting to investigate slimes properly. Hiroki Yabe notices Irina flustered and panicked beside him. He reacts in disbelief to Irina's odd complaint about his form of address. He questions her bizarre reaction to calling her "san" the way she phrases it. He internally jokes his stomach aches from this ongoing ridiculous banter. She laments having no new information to report, feeling unhelpful. He swiftly grabs Irina by the scruff as she dashes away, stopping her abruptly. He questions why she is suddenly fleeing and what she intends to do. Irina confesses she wants to gather information to keep up with Lord Slime's capable subordinates. He wonders aloud about the unlikeliness of her sudden investigative plan. He questions her vague plan to research slimes in the town of Sorinarini. Irina timidly admits she would ask the Adventurers Guild for information. He angrily warns that involving the guild will risk capture and loss of freedom. Irina insists she only wants investigation or protection, but he objects firmly. She looks pitiful, admitting her helplessness to assist Lord Slime. He encourages her that there are many things only she can do to help. Irina excitedly removes her armor's shoulder plate, ready to support Lord Slime. He clarifies he wants to learn about the world and currency from her experience. Irina stands up enthusiastically once again, determined to help with her knowledge. He quickly grabs her again to stop her from rushing off prematurely. He asks if she really knows the world well and if she has any money with her. Irina excitedly rushes to bring her belongings and coins to show Lord Slime. She dumps her belongings, including gold, silver, and copper coins, on the floor. He asks about currency values. She explains the worth of various coins. He absorbs her currency explanation, comparing the copper coin to his old world. Logan and Captain Chick discuss Irina's relationship as they watch from nearby. He requests Irina to call him by his real name, clarifying Slime is his race. Irina dramatically pledges loyalty, raising her fist to show strong resolve. He accepts her pledge graciously, appreciating her earnestness. Hiroki Yabe understands the currency system well enough now. He rallies his team for their first shopping trip into town. Logan speaks passionately about their unique human shopping culture. He decides to start by enjoying delicious food first. Excitement grows as the Wolf Fong tribe and Chicks prepare for the shopping tour. Suddenly, he realizes he has no money at all. Logan and the others collapse dramatically in sync from the startling news. He sulks briefly but quickly turns his thoughts toward earning money. He equips large backpacks on everyone, ready for their first money-making delivery task. The Wolf Fong tribe and the Chicks enthusiastically prepare to deliver packages across town. He confirms the plan with Logan and Chick Captain about delivery zones and challenges. MC ponders selling monster materials to the guild as a quick money source. Irina enters boldly, inspiring the group to hunt monsters for money. Logan and Chick Captain quickly mobilize to hunt monsters deep in the forest. Irina nervously asks about preparation while MC reassures her. Mountains of monster loot pile up before them, prepped for exchange. Logan suggests using Irina as a proxy to cash in the hunted monsters at the guild. Irina protests, claiming she couldn't possibly have defeated such monsters herself. MC explains the proxy strategy. Irina acts as his agent at the guild. They all pause, contemplating how to haul the enormous pile of monster loot. Hiroki Yabe stores the massive pile of monster corpses with his subspace magic. He smirks proudly as Logan admires his unique compression ability. The captain asks how they will cash in the monsters at the guild. He decides to hide his real form as they prepare for the guild visit. Hiroki asks Irina to wear an empty backpack for his next trick. MC stealthily jumps inside the backpack, surprising Irina. Hyoko Captain praises the clever plan to hide Hiroki Yabe inside the backpack. He explains the plan for Irina to claim credit at the guild. Irina embraces the responsibility with spirit, gripping the backpack straps tightly. Hyoko Captain eagerly perches on Irina's shoulder to scout the way. MC sadly excludes Logan from town, assigning him to guard the house. Logan collapses face first, devastated and sobbing blood tears. He reconsiders and decides to use Logan's speed for the journey outskirts. Logan assures them confidently he can carry both with ease. MC commands Logan to start, and the wolf bursts into an explosive dash. Irina struggles against the wind and gasps for breath during the sprint. MC telepathically orders Logan to slow to a gentle pace for Irina. She sighs in relief as the pace becomes calm and bearable. They reach Sornarini outskirts where Logan is told to wait and watch. Hiroki and the team prepare to enter Sornarini town on foot. Hiroki Yabe enters the bustling town, mentally exhausted despite his calm face. He agrees with Irina that money is urgent before shopping or lodging. Hiroki recalls a light novel quote, smiling briefly to himself. He snaps back to reality as Irina calls his name anxiously. He explains his mental exhaustion from all that's happened lately. Irina and Captain Hyoko propose selling magic beasts at the Adventurers Guild. Hiroki sighs silently, recalling his friends' inside jokes from the old world. Irina inquires eagerly about the technique Hiroki used earlier. He explains his static electricity attack, surprising Irina with its power. He cautions about the shock's contact range and environmental limits. He reveals another technique, shooting stones from his tentacle storage. Irina spots the tall Adventurers Guild building with excitement. Suddenly, two furious bandits rush out demanding a duel in the street. Irina freezes in fear while the bandit muscles up for a brutal duel. MC quickly equips armored slime to protect Irina's limbs before the axe strikes. The bandit swings with deadly force. Hiroki Yabe guides Irina's dodging limbs expertly. He commands Irina's hand to deliver a powerful electric shock to the attacker. The thief bandit cries out desperately for his collapsing brother. Town guards rush in, questioning the sudden fight outside the guild. An elegant white-bearded guild master arrives, demanding an explanation. Hiroki Yabe sighs, knowing trouble found him again, despite his hopes to avoid it. Irina thanks the guard who had helped earlier by the town gate with genuine gratitude. Irina explains they were attacked by hostile companions demanding a duel in the middle of the street. Captain Hyoko returns the discarded wallet to Irina with a proud air, fluttering skillfully. Captain Hyoko carefully places the wallet inside Irina's backpack, showing deft wing control. The guild master arrives solemnly, commanding respect as he summons the group inside the guild doors. Inside the guild, excitement bubbles up as I realize this is the legendary Adventurers Guild. The guild master questions Irina about the cause of the street commotion and asks to see her adventurer card. Irina calmly recounts their attack by 3 hostile men and the chaotic duel outside the gate. The guild master evaluates Irina's bravery, noting the high rank and strength of their opponents. Irina shrugs off questions about details, keeping her explanation brief and evasive. She then introduces their haul of magic beasts for sale, asking the guild master to appraise them. The piles of captured beasts impress the guild master, who notes several high-ranked monsters. The guild master reacts with surprise as he learns about the storage magic and sheer quantity of beasts. Irina insists most beasts were defeated by master, trying to avoid suspicion of cheating. The guild master demands to meet this mysterious master, doubting Irina's story entirely. Irina boldly challenges the guild master, promising to bring master here to prove his existence. Irina leaves the guild to summon master, commanding the appraisal to finish first. With bold confidence, Irina threatens the guild master that master might refuse future sales if price is unfair. Irina storms out, shouting for master to reveal himself with a dramatic bang. I remind her I can't appear as slime in public, and Captain Chicklet sighs in dismay. She apologizes solemnly, slumping dejectedly as I plan our purchase for disguise armor. I tell him we'll shop for full-plate armor to completely hide my form. We enter a sturdy armor shop run by a stern older man to look for full-plate armor. The shopkeeper suggests ignoring full-plate and opting for light leather instead. Irina asks to try on the full-plate armor, gaining reluctant permission to test it. I slip inside the full-plate armor, adjusting my form to fill it perfectly. The armor clanks heavily as I move. The shopkeeper stares dumbfounded at the moving armor. I hurriedly whisper to Irina to claim I'm an armor controller and leave immediately. We bolt out, clattering the armor shop's door, escaping the startled shopkeeper. Irina wonders about the mystery of the armor master, which I never claimed. Since armor failed, we decide to buy mage robes next at a reputed magic shop. We enter the dim, cluttered magic shop, where an old lady surprises us with her sudden appearance. I ask to see mage robes and staffs, pretending to shop for a surprise gift. I try on a cream-colored mage robe, feeling the comfort and freedom of movement. I select a staff with a red gem. Irina praises how well it suits me. The old lady grows suspicious as the robe and staff float mysteriously on their own. I insist on quickly paying and leaving before the old lady can probe further. We hurriedly exit the shop as the old lady bids us a suspicious farewell. Wearing the robe and holding the staff, I feel new legs beneath me for the first time. Confident and ready, we prepare to cause a new stir back at the Adventurers Guild. Hiroki Yabe runs alongside Irina through the bustling town streets. He wonders aloud why they are running, breaking their hurried pace to question her. Irina agrees to slow down, and they settle into a relaxed walk toward the guild. He notices the delicious aromas from the many food stalls and feels hungry. Irina offers to buy some food, checking if he has enough money. An old man at a stall energetically advertises his freshly grilled meats to passing customers. Hiroki eagerly buys skewers for himself and Irina, captivated by the limited-time offer. The shopkeeper playfully tosses skewers toward him, testing his reflexes to catch them. He quietly explains his injury from a past monster attack, earning the shopkeeper's sympathy. The shopkeeper adds a free skewer, and they happily share the meal with Captain Chick. Satisfied, Hiroki suggests heading to the guild after buying a pair of leather gloves. Irina bursts through the guild doors with vigor, announcing their arrival to the guild master. The guild master greets them with a sharp gaze, challenging MC's intentions. Irina proudly defends Hiroki Yabe, calling him an amazing person despite the guild master's suspicion. The guild master asks MC's name sharply, pressing him as the mage's staff taps the floor. Hiroki corrects her exaggeration. He is no sage but the great archmage instead. The guild master's right eye swirls painfully, gripping it again in an odd, repeated gesture. Suddenly he gets a massive nosebleed and shakes violently before leaving with help. Irina demands the cash exchange, but the guild master quietly directs her to the front counter. They proceed to the purchase counter and request payment for the monster materials. Irina excitedly receives a heavy leather pouch with their earned gold coins. He declines the guild registration offer, keen to leave and start shopping. Hiroki taps his staff twice on the ground, then confidently steps out, ready for their next adventure. Hiroki Yabe steps onto the main street with his companions after leaving the guild. He explains their stored monster materials can still sell well anytime they want. He recalls how putting gloves on slime tentacles let him control fingertips precisely. Captain Chick questions if registering with the guild was really safe. He admits needing an ID to enter towns and regrets dodging guild registration. Irina pouts but agrees to carry the backpack for him anytime he needs help. He reasons registering lets him enter towns without hiding, making life easier. They quickly turn around and walk back toward the Adventurer Guild to register. They burst into the guild, catching the attention of the adventurers inside. MC calls out cheerfully to the receptionist and moves to the free counter. The receptionist hands Hiroki Yabe a thick application form to fill out for registration. Hiroki carefully fills in his name and details, checking with the receptionist. Irina blushes and suggests entries for companions and summoned beings. The receptionist puts a hand to her forehead and retreats with the form in hand. The guild master angrily slams the form on his desk, confronting MC and Irina. The guild master questions Hiroki Yabe's real intent and the need for registration. MC states he only wants to hunt monsters and sell their materials for now. The guild master reads strange details on the form but agrees to approve it. He warns MC not to cause trouble and to report anything unusual immediately. Hiroki Yabe tells Irina they'll go shopping now after finishing guild registration. They finally leave the Adventurer Guild, ready for their next adventure together. Guild Master Zoria hears urgent news about trouble involving low-rank adventurers. Lam reports 3 unruly adventurers assaulted a low-rank female but got beaten and taken to the guard post. The guild master learns the arrogant Danga declares he will challenge the victorious female adventurer to a duel. Guild master Zoria stands, determined to stop Danga's reckless duel. She races down the town's main street, resolved to intervene quickly. At the scene, she finds Danga collapsed and guards speaking with a female adventurer. Guild master barely registers the guard's words and focuses on the victorious female adventurer. Back inside the guild, Irina seems nervous as guild master orders her to sit and explain. She learns Irina is the F-rank female adventurer who defeated the troublemakers. Despite her appearance, Irina stunned them by fighting 3 at once and beating Danga herself. The guild master questions Irina's strange, somehow it worked out, explanation. Irina speaks about selling monster materials she hunted, hiding something in her backpack. The sheer volume of monster materials amazes the guild master, hinting at extraordinary power. Guild master suspects Irina's magical power in the backpack is the real source of strength. The magical brightness from the backpack overwhelms the guild master, causing severe strain. Advanced skill lets the guild master quantify the magical power, revealing an absurdly high number. Guild master remembers normal magic levels, shocked by the backpack's incomparable energy. She strains to understand how this backpack stores power far beyond the kingdom's royal magician. Guild master questions Irina about her mysterious master and demands proof of his existence. Irina insists her master exists but rarely comes to town, trying to convince the guild master. Guild master orders Irina to bring her master immediately or face consequences. Irina quickly leaves the guild, leaving the guild master with a troubled heart and suspicion. Hiroki Yabe watches as the guild doors burst open with urgency and Irina enters with her mysterious master. He motions Yabe to sit at the counter, wary but curious about this enigmatic man. He sternly commands Irina to sit, preparing for answers about this powerful figure. Irina introduces Lord Yabe as her master, igniting disbelief and surprise. Yabe corrects the title, declaring himself the Great Archmage, not merely a sage. He activates his vision power to confirm the source of magical energy within the backpack. MC recoils in shock as Yabe's magic power floods his senses, confirming his true strength. Hiroki Yabe shakily accepts Serena's support as he struggles with the overwhelming power revelation. Irina insists on settling the monster material payment immediately to calm the guild's unrest. He quietly leaves the guild after receiving payment, refusing to register as an adventurer for now. But to MC's dismay, Yabe returns immediately, demanding to register as an adventurer. Ram delivers the adventurer application form to Hiroki Yabe, increasing his headache over Yabe's presence. MC confronts Yabe's casual attitude about registering, confused by his mundane motivation. Yabe shrugs off ambition, saying he only wants to hunt monsters and sell them for money. He reads the application details aloud, barely able to believe the information on Yabe's form. Yabe lists his servant beasts and the 4 great spirits, making MC exhale in disbelief. Yabe admits these powerful allies are his friends, unlike most who serve only by command. Hiroki Yabe finally approves Yabe's registration, warning him to consult before acting alone. Yabe and Irina prepare to leave together, while MC steels himself to monitor their uneasy alliance. Hiroki Yabe and Irina walk down the main street, deciding where to shop next. He reassures Irina he likes the robe she chose and doesn't want to change it. Captain Chick dances joyfully on Irina's shoulder, excited to buy food for his team. We decide to visit the food stall district to buy souvenirs and feast ourselves. Captain Chick praises me for thinking of his men as we prepare for a big food haul. I return to the forest lizard skewer stall, greeted warmly by the friendly old man. I order all the forest lizard skewers, both sauced and salted, proudly spreading my arms. The neighboring orb stew stall owner offers me a free sample of his stew, which I find delicious. I buy the entire pot of orc stew and all the small bowls, handing Irina the coins. I place the pot and bowls into my subspace storage, leaving the stall empty and silent. I store the forest lizard skewers too, encouraging Irina to pay the old man for me. Vendors shout different delicacies as I keep buying every horned rabbit and giant viper available. The rock bird sandwiches look tempting and the vendor insists I try one before buying all. I buy all the rock bird sandwiches and share one with Irina, who enjoys it happily. Everywhere I go, vendors urge me to buy more, and I happily take everything offered. Back at the Guild Master Zoria asks Serena to fetch lunch from the food stalls for him. Serena leaves with instructions to buy something filling as a late lunch for the Guild Master. Time passes, but Serena doesn't return, making me worry about what happened. Serena finally returns empty-handed and explains every stall was sold out by a robed big spender. The stall owners call the mysterious robed buyer a legendary figure for his massive spending spree. I give up on lunch today, exhausted and defeated after the unexpected food stall raid.